This fucking team, man. This fucking team. The New York Knicks just came out victorious literally like 15 minutes ago up against the Indiana Pacers. Game two, the final score being 130 to 121. The New York Knicks were so fucking clutch in the fourth quarter. The Knicks are like, we don't care what score it is when it comes to fourth quarter. We just want it close. We just want a chance down the stretch because Jalen Brunson fucking delivers. Dante DiVincenzo delivers. Precious Achiuwa delivers. Just this entire team. The Knicks were out rebounded in this game. They had more offensive rebounds than us, but the New York Knicks got the most important offensive rebounds in this game. The starters were amazing once again. And for this team to overcome adversity like they did, it is just truly special. There's no excuses when it comes to the officials tonight. The New York Knicks won this game fair and square, and that's on the officials for calling it a double dribble. Like, how the fuck do you even call that a double dribble? I know they ended up overturning it, and we didn't even have to challenge it. But what was the freaking official looking at? Hornstein did not double dribble. But for us to go through this much adversity and win this game, OG Anunoby was having a fucking amazing, amazing night. Like a career night when it comes to the playoffs. He had 28 points through three quarters, gets hurt in the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson did not play in the second quarter. We have no Mitchell Robinson. We have no Bojan Bogdanovic. We have no Mitchell Robinson. We have no true backup center, but the Knicks found a way because they wanted more. They wanted more and better late game execution. The Knicks know when to attack. They know when to shoot the three. They're a more balanced team than the Pacers right now. The Pacers are living and dying by the three. Miles Turner did not execute on a three that I thought was a bad shot. They did not make their free throws. The Knicks were more clutch down the stretch in this game, and I thought Rick Carlisle got outcoached once again. Just a stupid mental error by Rick Carlisle. If I'm a Pacers fan, I'm pissed. For the second straight time, Rick Carlisle benches McConnell when we can't even defend McConnell. That was a stupid mental error once again. I know Halliburton had his points, but I was more afraid of McConnell, how efficient he was. And it wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing by him. So that was a stupid decision by Rick Carlisle. And I understand he was frustrated. He got ejected, but he could have done better. Their bench outscores our bench, and we still find a way again. Josh Hart, 48 minutes once again. But it doesn't seem to matter. He had a big three at the beginning of the fourth. He made some awesome passes. I know it looked a little scary when he was inbounding the basketball at the beginning and had some rough turnovers, which resulted in the Pacers going on a run. And we have to be quicker on our rotations, no doubt about it, especially on the road. But we continue to see how fucking mentally tough this team is, and we grab the important rebounds. We grab the offensive rebounds that break teams. Isaiah Hartenstein, what do you have? 7 assists, double-digit points, like double-double. I thought he played extremely well. Knicks find a freaking way. Hopefully OG's okay. And Brunson, I wonder what his status is going to be next game because this dude has fucking all heart, man. Sore foot, doesn't matter. Or maybe it was worse than a sore foot. He looked like he was limping a little bit out there, but he performed well in the clutch. He looked more of like a playmaking guard out there than score first, and I love that. I love the ball movement, but I think it's a robbery. I have so much respect for Shea. I have so much respect for Jokic, Luka Doncic. But if you take a look at the context of this team, what has happened this season, Jalen Brunson should be in the fucking MVP conversation. Anyone that has watched him this season have seen what we've gone through with Mitch being hurt, with Randall being hurt, with OG being hurt. Brunson is the true fucking MVP. For him to keep this team afloat, unfucking believable, man. Unbelievable. My man Cowboy X Factors in the chat. He says, "Hi there, Knicks realist. I would trade Tim Hardaway Jr., Dante Exum for Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo right now." Yeah, I was watching some of that game. Congrats to Thunder though. Thunder looked fucking amazing. But I'm sorry about that loss, man. But you guys obviously beat the Clippers. Just I wonder where Paul George is gonna go. Knicks Wolves finals. 2 more wins. It's 2 more wins. Let's see how we do on the road. Again, hopefully OG's okay. If he misses a game, it could only be 1 game max. Like, we can't afford to lose OG long term. Like, it was reminding me of the regular season. Like, he came off this great performance against the Heat, and then he gets hurt, shoot around before the Hornets, and dude was having a career night. He had 28 points. Dude, he could have fucking 40, man. And The way Brunson was cooking, not even fully healthy, if he played in that second quarter, if he played majority of this game and didn't get hurt and come back, he could have had another 40-point game. He could have had 30, but obviously missed a couple free throws. But I appreciate being here. Daniel, have Knicks winning it all. We'll see, man. We got to stay healthy. We'll see what the status is with OG Anunoby. We know it's a hamstring. It did not look okay, but hopefully he's back. But the Knicks are gonna have to still find an answer with the bench. I thought Precious Achiuwa had some stupid fouls, but he grabbed big time offensive rebound. He had a big time dunk in the fourth quarter. I thought he played extremely hard. But you also have to think about it when you're not playing crazy consistent minutes, hard to get into a rhythm on either side of the floor. So for Precious only playing 4 minutes last game, like really looking at the full picture, he played very well for someone that just played 4 minutes last game. I understand there was some struggles, but he was a part of us winning this game because he gave us 8 bench points. He gave us more than McBride, and McBride has fucking struggled this series. He really has. Before I gave him a pass, like Maxey is a very tough guard, but he just looks lost defending McConnell. I see him like up on him too much. Like McConnell can't shoot threes. Like he's trying to get to that mid range, but he has struggled on both ends of the floor. I definitely want to see more from McBride. When he knocked down the mid range, a couple free throws, we need more from him. We'll see how he's on the road. And Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and all of them were talking about how the Pacers role players are better on the road. Their role players are actually played very well at home. It honestly comes down to their starters being consistent. Halliburton got his points, but in the second half, he was pretty inconsistent scoring the rock. Pascal Siakam, kind of quiet game one and game two. I honestly think we've done a good job on him. Brunson MVP. I think OG could sit game three, but he'll be ready for game four unless I just don't want it. Because I had a feeling it wasn't just a cramp because he looked like he looked like he was in so much discomfort. Like, what even happened? Was there even a collision? I know it was too strong off the backboard when he was in transition. He couldn't finish, but please, I really don't. I really hope not. I really hope he didn't tear his hammy. Hopefully he's okay. And we'll see what Brunson's status is. Of course, he toughened it up. But man, what do we do to deserve this dude, man? Well, we've been through so much shit as fans. We deserve a player like Jalen Brunson. Dude is tough as fuck, not just physically, but mentally. He's such a mentally tough player. Yeah, I did see it was a hamstring TMGF, but I hope he didn't tear it. Like, I don't know how bad it is. But hopefully he's back game four, game three. We'll see what happens. Because we can't have Brunson and OG out. But right now, I'm just enjoying the win. Hopefully they're okay. Let's go, baby. My father, Daddy Brunson. Dude, unbelievable. We can get into the box score. We could talk about more, but just this team has so much fucking heart, man. And there's no excuses about the officials tonight. Let me go through it with you guys. No Mitchell Robinson. No OG Anunoby in the fourth quarter. No Jalen Brunson for a portion of the first quarter and the second quarter. No Julius Randle. No Bojan Bogdanovic. We have all these injuries and we find a fucking way, man. Josh Hart played 48 minutes again. At some point, these guys gotta get tired, right? Like at some point, well, Josh Hart said in an interview, only time he gets tired is when he's arguing with his wife. So, but we're gonna get into the box score and all that. But this team has so much heart. Of course, I want to win this series, and I do think we obviously have a shot at winning this series. We're up 2-0, but they're a better team. I feel like at home. But no matter what, I'm so proud of this team. Obi's been cooking us. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy because he played so well on the road at MSG. He's the type of player I feel like loves playing at MSG, but hopefully he's like a little worse on the road. I mean, at home for him. Sorry if I said on the road at first or at home. But we're falling for his pump fakes. He's knocking down threes. Obi's been good. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. He's been terrific off the bench for them. He really has. Hopefully McBride has a better game next game. Precious, I like the way he played, but they shot themselves in the foot too. It wasn't turnovers this time around. Free throws. Holy shit. And Miles Turner settled for a couple stupid threes, in my opinion, because that's one of the weaknesses about this Pacers team. Like, we attack, but we kick it out. We shoot threes. We create shots for others. Pacers, I think, trust the pass more than us, even though I thought we did a really good job distributing the ball in the second half. But they live so much on the perimeter. They really do. And Siakam, maybe he'll be better at home. I thought he made a couple tough shots down the stretch, but I think he only had 14 points in this game. But But yeah, maybe he'll be better at home, but he's been kinda non-existent, and when he's gone to the free throw line, he hasn't executed. But I don't wanna hear shit about the officials. We beat them fair and square this game, just fair and square. Well, I thought we did last game as well because the officials literally came out and said that it was still a moving screen, maybe the kickball, but they had turnovers. You have to look at the context. Like, we were going on a run, they weren't executing. Just the Knicks, if it's a close game down the stretch, then what are the Knicks? What? I think I have it right here. So the Knicks, 7 of our 8 games have been in crunch time in the playoffs, and we've executed on, like, all of them outside of the Maxey game. That was insane, and they tried cursing us, guys. They had Reggie Miller commentating the game. He wasn't supposed to be commentating the game. Last second he did, and they still lost. We were down 10 at half with no Brunson. Like, with no Brunson. Brunson comes back cool as a cucumber. Dante DiVincenzo, I was saying this is his series. Dante's been amazing in game 1 and game 2. Like, when you're getting 25 points from 25 points from Dante, you're getting 28 points from OG Anunoby, didn't even play in the 4th. Hopefully he plays next game. You get, 28, 29 from Brunson, Harnstein in double digits. Like, Josh Hart contributing offensively. The starters have been amazing game 1 and game 2, and I thought Precious played very well. I'm not gonna say very well. He definitely had some struggles, but again, when it matters down the stretch, we've been making the big plays. And Halliburton had a good game. He had 34. Um, it looks like he's afraid to attack the interior though. You live with some of those threes, but we got to be better on rotations. Yeah, he has a hamstring injury. Just hopefully it's not really bad. Like hamstrings they can be bad. They can be bad, but it just concerns me because OG is such an injury history. It fucking scares me. Bronson has that dog in him. Bro was shouting profanities at McConnell after that hand one. Yeah, I did notice that. Gotta pay Hart and Hartstein. Well, Hart's already paid. We just paid him. We could look into his contract, but we just paid him. Yeah, this offseason, right? This past offseason. Um, but yeah, we have to pay Hartstein. He's a free agent. We'll see what happens with Mitch. I don't want to talk trades, but his future is obviously up in the air. Can we say sweep? I would fucking love that because this team needs some rest. Um, but of course I want to sweep, but I feel like they are a better team at home. Uh, maybe they'll have a game they just absolutely catch fire from 3, but they were scoring offensively, but it doesn't matter how good you are offensively, like, you still need to play defense, and maybe the crowd will be behind them. Like, I saw someone comparing them to the Warriors. Draymond Green played defense. Klay Thompson, before he got injured, he played defense. Like, that's a terrible comparison. Um, I would love a sweep, though, but it comes down to the health of this team as well. No, Josh Hart doesn't get tired. Bro plays 48 minutes and bitches to the rest 48 times a game while cooking any defense. He's just built different. Yeah, the Pacers transition defense has been inconsistent. Maybe they played solid defense for like 2 minutes. I didn't think they played that good of defense, but we need to play better defense as well. Credit to them, they're a very good offensive team. But the amount of time someone is open in the corner or us falling for a pump fake, like, we got to be better. But this has been OB series. This really has been, and it's been McConnell series. McBride got to be better. Like, I need Thibodeau fucking ripping McBride in, like, these film sessions. Like, they need to figure fucking something out with McConnell. That shit on the road could be a disaster. Protest, can we get these games on MSG? Yeah, for real. I think they only do the first round on MSG. I think that is how it is for every other team, though, too. Just the first round, the local broadcasters do it, and then the second round, it's like ESPN, TNT. The next game is on ESPN. Daniel, I'm not saying that yet. Job's not finished, Daniel. Of course, I believe in this team, but our health is still up in the air. When you're up 2-0, you should win a series, but they're going back home. We'll see what happens there. But of course, I would love that. But 2 more games. I'm not gonna say it's over yet. NBA needs my money's worth. But it's crazy. Josh Hart was like pump faking some shots that were pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie, but he took a pretty big 3 in the 4th quarter. But I'm gonna look up the box score for you guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Knicks win at 130 to 121. We take both games at the Garden, just like the first round. Make sure everything's silenced. Yo, buzzer beater. I really appreciate that, man. I really do. See if it really holds up for the whole series, but like Charles, Kenny Smith, Shaq were all talking about the Knicks won't be able to keep up with their pace because of our minutes. But the reality is, maybe, yes, the Pacers play faster than us. But maybe we're the more conditioned team, which is crazy to say because Hart's playing fucking 48 minutes back-to-back games, but just because they play faster doesn't mean they're very well conditioned like us. We'll see what happens. Um, but them going back at home, I'm expecting their bench to play well. Like, I expected more from Halliburton tonight, and we got more from they got more from Halliburton. Siakam, that's definitely gonna be a key for them. He's been underwhelming. I feel like he's been kinda inconsistent for them, but I really appreciate that buzzer beater. Yeah, we're injured. You know, we have Mitch out, we have Randall out, OG didn't play in the 4th, Brunson got hurt. He obviously came back. No Bogdanovich, like, all this adversity, and we still won. And we did play Burks, but it was for, like, 20 seconds. Didn't we play for, like, 40 seconds? Yeah, job's not finished. Bucks came back down from 2-0 against the Suns in the final. Yeah, right there with you. It's not over. Not over at all, not close to over. They're going home. They're a basketball town. There's probably be less Knicks fans this time around. It's not gonna be like the Philly series because 'cause we're more local and close to Philly than Indiana. But let's check out the box score. I know we shot ridiculously well from the field. If you do hear audio from ESPN, let me know so I do not keep going. Yeah, so the Pacers shot 51% from the field, which is still ridiculously good, but we shot 57% from the field. They shot 15 to 34 from 3. We shot 14 to 30 from 3. So they shot 44%, we shot 46%. Um, they really struggled from the line, especially in crunch time. Like they really, really did. Siakam, I believe he's 0 for 4 in this series from the free throw line when he's gone there. I don't think he's gone there a lot, but I just remember him not executing, and I remember the commentators talking about how he struggled from the line. But yeah, 15 for 34 from the 14 of 30, 14 to 30 for us from 3. But yeah, 10 to 17. I'm trying to think who missed 2 straight. I know Siakam missed 2 straight. When we were going on a run, when it was like defensive 3-second, I think Halliburton missed 1. Isaiah Jackson missed 2 in a row. Like free throws, big time. But we shot well from the free throw line. They shot 58%. We shot 81%. And Brunson missed a couple that could have gave him 30. 'Cause Josh Hart made his when he went there. So they out-rebounded us, or I believe so. Wait, no, bro, Inside TNT lied. Or no, maybe they're talking about offensive rebounds, but we out-rebounded them by 10, 44-34. They had more offensive rebounds than us, but ours were more crucial at the end of the game. Ours were more important at the end of the game. They had 33 assists. Again, they really trust the pass. We had 28. We both had 5 steals, both had 3 blocks. Turnovers, still want to see us clean them up at times. I want to say Hart at least had 3 of those. Like he had some, like when the Pacers were going on a run, like he had some pretty dumb turnovers. Like when he couldn't inbound the ball. I don't think he traveled. Sometimes he telegraphs his pass, but I thought he passed very well in this game. Both had 14 points off turnovers. They had 10 fast break points to our 9. It's not like they've had a crazy amount of fast break points because we outscored them when it came to fast break points last game, and this time they do by 1. But again, we'll see what happens at home. We had more points in the paint, 62 to their 60. We had 3 less fouls. They had 2 technical fouls. Yeah, Rick Carlisle got ejected, and largest lead was 12 for both teams, and the Pacers were up 10, I believe, at half. But just pure heart, pure fucking grit, pure heart from this Knicks team. You got to be proud of this Knicks team no matter what. Just unbelievable game. So much fun to watch. And if you're a basketball fan, you got to enjoy this one. Maybe the worst thing the officials did in this game was not Halliburton, call Hartenstein for a double dribble when it wasn't a double dribble. Like, I don't know what the officials were looking at there, but my man Graham in the chat, how you doing, Graham? My boy Graham. But looking at the box score for the Pacers, another kind of underwhelming game for Siakam. Again, he hit a couple big shots down the stretch. Like, I would say like 5 minutes left, but he only had 14 points. He had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. He had 3 fouls, plus minus of -9. Their whole starting lineup had a plus minus of like negative. He was 7 of 18. He was 0 of 3 from 3, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Aaron Naismith, he was quiet in this game. Obviously, he's known for his defensive prowess, but he's a solid three-point shooter, but he was quiet in this one. He had 6 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Miles Turner, after having 23 points or 25 points last game, dude has 6 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. We out-rebound them again. For a center, 3 for 11 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 block. He had 1 block last game. Andrew Nemhard, not gonna lie, if it was McConnell, if it was McBride, if it was McConnell, if it was Nemhard, McBride gotta be better defensively. He does. He had 15 points, 4 assists, 7 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. McBride, who takes pride in being an on-ball defender, he hasn't really been good defensively in the playoffs. He was good offensively versus Philly, but defensively he was inconsistent in that series. But Obi, Obi fucking cooked us off the bench. Maybe there's more motivation playing at the Garden. He had 20 points, but we know that Obi doesn't rebound very well. He had 3 rebounds, but he was 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. We need to be more disciplined. We got to stay on our feet, stop falling for pump fakes, but he played well. I can't take anything away from him. Rick Carlisle, dumbass, didn't even close with McConnell in the fourth. I know Halliburton had it going, but we literally no answer for McConnell. 5 for 9, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 rebounds, 12 assists, 10 points. Like, he had 12 assists, and you don't ride with him off the bench. Ben Shepherd contributed. But this is the thing. If you're a Pacers fan, what do you look to adjust? What do you look to adjust? Your bench outscored us again. Halliburton had 34 this time. I think the Pacers, they just have to make sure it's not a game down the stretch because the Knicks have been the more clutch team down the stretch. The Pacers are soft as fuck. TJ's the only dog on that team. Yeah, Miles Turner, you can't follow up 25 points with 6. Like, they have some young guys on that team. But when I'm thinking about it, yeah, is McConnell like the only like dog on that team, like actual dog on that team? OG Anunoby, dude was on pace for like 40 points, but unfortunately got hurt. The hamstring. If he's out, hopefully it's just 1 game. Or obviously we hope he's not out at all. Next game's on Friday. But OG Anunoby, unbelievable, aggressive from the opening tip. From the opening fucking tip, aggressive as shit. He had a plus minus, a plus 10. Look at the starters with our plus minus compared to the Pacers starters. Look at this. -9, -19, -21, -21, -17 for the Knicks. Plus 10, plus 21, plus 26, plus 9, plus 15. But OG Anunoby, 28 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 of 7 from 3, 10 of 19. But I feel so bad for this dude. I remember when he had a breakout game versus Miami in a Knicks uniform. And unfortunately, a setback. Unfortunately, a setback with an injury. So that's why I just hope OG's back, because we can't afford to have him out of rhythm, especially on the road. Like, that hurts. But again, the Knicks were able to overcome the adversity. Hartenstein, better defensive game. And credit to Tibbs. I was talking to MH about this. What's going on, MH? Appreciate you tuning in. This team has so much heart. We had to make adjustments to that. Miles Turner, screen and roll action with Halliburton. And Turner had 6 points tonight. He had 6 points. Nitpicks, sometimes going under screens when we shouldn't have to, and rotations, but I thought we were a lot better in the fourth. Like, we're better when it matters. That's what I care about. But OG, one hell of a game. Just hopefully he's healthy. Hartenstein, 14 points. He had a plus minus of plus 21, second best. He had 14 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block, 5 of 7, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He almost had a fucking triple-double. Hartenstein almost had a triple-double. We got to pay Hartenstein. We got to pay Hartenstein. Yeah, I went over that, MH. I talked about Obi earlier. We've had no answer for Obi. We're falling for his pump fakes. He's playing very well. He did only have 3 rebounds, but he's shooting it well from 3. He's playing extremely well. He is. Hopefully on the road, when he's at home, somehow he plays a little worse because maybe there's more motivation playing at the Garden. He's from New York. But, yeah, he's been great. Like, I can't even lie. But Hartenstein played well. You have Jalen Brunson, 32 minutes. I think he played the entire second half. He didn't play the final 4 minutes of the first quarter. He was probably going to get rest during that time anyway. To not play in the second quarter, we were down 10. Jalen Brunson has his fucking moment, comes out, warming up, Knicks fans chanting MVP, and I don't give a fuck. Again, respect to Jokic, respect to Luka, respect to Shea. But with the injuries we've dealt with and with their supporting cast, Shea's probably going to win MVP. But Brunson not even being in the conversation is criminal. With Mitch being injured, with OG being injured, with Randall being injured for a portion of the season, it's just criminal. Wasn't even fully healthy. Was still efficient as fuck. 29 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 turnovers, 11 of 18 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, plus minus a plus 26. Josh Hart, Hit a huge three when it mattered, completely out hustling everyone. Again, we would think this guy would get tired. 48 minutes last game, 48 minutes again. What's he do? 19 points. Did have some turnovers he has to clean up. Um, 19 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 7 assists, 15 rebounds, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 8 of 12 from the field. They've had no answer for Josh Hart at home. No answer. DiVincenzo. I was saying to MH, this is his series. This is DiVincenzo's series. The high volume is back. Get him shots, move the rock, and that's what we did. 28 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover. It's 6 rebounds, 6 of 12 from 3, 10 of 20 from the field. So he had 6 rebounds, DiVincenzo. Miles Turner had 7. That just shows the amount of hustle this team has over the Pacers. Like 15 rebounds for the Pacers. 15 rebounds for Hart, 12 rebounds for Hartenstein, 6 for DiVincenzo. You look at the Pacers, they don't have one double-digit guy when it comes to rebounds. Like, our second leading rebounder this game had more rebounds than Siakam, their number 1 rebounding guy. It's because I think sometimes they live way too much on the perimeter, and you're not gonna be able to grab as many rebounds like that. But DiVincenzo, amazing. He was amazing. I think Robinson might be gone. He gets injured too much. Unfortunately, I love Robinson. He's been a part of us since we won 17 games. But your best ability is availability. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. Even in the playoffs, he got hurt last year. I do think Bam hurt him last year. But it's just, I don't even want to bring up. I'm not bringing that up, you know. I was going to bring something else up, like prior series. But no, we're done with that. But I'm paying Hartenstein. Robinson's already paid, but he'll probably be traded. But we'll see what happens with Bogdanovic's contract. I think he's 1 more year. Burks is going to be off the books. I'll miss Mitch too. It just sucks. He gets hurt a lot. It just sucks. It's really unfortunate. It really does suck, man. And when he does come back, it feels like he's never consistently conditioned because he does get like he just came back from surgery and he gets hurt again. Like I just feel bad for this dude. No comment, Graham. I just feel just feel bad for this. This is my friend Graham, by the way. Oh gosh. Good thing you have the AI profile picture. That's all I'm gonna say, Graham. But yeah, I'll miss Mitch too. He's a great guy, helping out his high school coach, letting him live with him. But the bench. So hey, we got more points than last time. Well, we had 3 points off the bench last time. I know the standards might be set low, and Preston Chua at plus minus 14. But what? He had a huge offensive rebound. He had a huge dunk in the fourth quarter. He still gave us 8 points. I'll fucking take that. 5 rebounds, and he was aggressive. He did have some stupid fouls though. Like he needs to learn. Like if you're gonna foul him, make him earn it. But anything's a fucking flagrant nowadays, so I don't know. But there's a couple plays I'm like, make him earn it. Don't let him finish through contact. But he's 4, 5, 8 points. And there was a couple times he was open for 3, and we've seen in the regular season he would take those. But he was like, you know what? I'm not going to take them. So congrats to him for that. McBride, I'm not going to lie. I'm a McBride guy. This series, he's been like the worst player on the floor. He's been the worst player on the floor. And I love McBride. That's like probably the only negative about tonight. Obviously the health is up in the air as well with players. But he got cooked. I know it wasn't just him getting cooked by McConnell. But we got to make adjustments. Like, McConnell's a fucking kill. Like, he's killed us since the Sixers days. But he's not a casual. Wasn't McConnell a 6-man of the year candidate? We know he's a gritty defender. But his offense has been scaring me more than his defense, honestly. And the crowd's probably going to get into it more on the road. So we'll see what happens there. But McBride, not play well. He had the worst plus minus on the team. He had a mid-range jumper, had a couple free throws, but his defense been bad. 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 assist, 4 points. Like we need to probably try to get him some easier shots in the offense and play him off the ball. But yeah, we had Burks out there for 1 minute. It might have actually only been 40 seconds. Maybe they rounded it up. But shout out to Tips for playing Achua 28 minutes. And I know Achua had some frustrating moments, but he played 4 minutes last game. It's gonna be hard to be into a rhythm. MH brings up OB and TJ the only ones to try. Well, Halliburton still had 32. I know a couple of those you could say, like, some of his points were when it was over. But I don't know if it's hamstring or his back, but it is affecting him driving to the basket. But I feel like he's never been a pure, like, penetrator. He's someone that does live on the perimeter. We know he's an insane passer. He had some very nice passes in this game. But, yeah, my boy Graham was bringing up, it feels like TJ's the only dog on that team. Like, I feel like we have more dogs than them. Like, I feel like we're a more mentally tough team. Like, there's no excuses this game. If you're a Pacers fan, you should be pissed off. You know, Brunson doesn't play in that second. There's no OG in the fourth. You're up 10 at halftime. You know, no Mitchell Robinson. No Boyan. Like, if you're a Pacers fan, you should be pissed tonight. There's no excuses. You guys got outplayed. Like, we beat them at their own game. We scored 130 points. 130. And you still need to play defense in the playoffs. Like, it doesn't matter how good your offense is, especially for a Knicks team that plays so hungry. Can we develop Sims more? Do you want to see Sims minutes? Do you want to see Jericho Sims minutes, TMGF? He could probably still get better. I know he's great physical strength. He's a great athlete. Um, what's he, 6'9"? He's 6'10", so he's not 7 foot. Like, he's had some decent moments, but he just looks lost a lot. Like, I wouldn't play Sims in a playoff series. Maybe he plays more next year. Like, let's say, I don't want to say this because, like, I'm worried about this team right now, but let's say Mitch isn't on the team next season. Then maybe we play Sims and develop him, and maybe you could trust him in the playoffs. But, yeah, Sims, he just looks lost all the time. But maybe even if it's just for 5 minutes, like maybe for just 5 minutes, he is still a lob threat, though. I'll say that. That's one positive about Sims. He is a lob threat. No grab. We played we played Alec Burks for 1 minute. Dude, I honestly don't think Shake will ever play in a Knicks uniform. When he did play, it was like for 30 seconds of garbage time versus what the Raptors in the regular season. So he's like no chemistry with anyone. And it's crazy to say, but I'd rather play Burks over Milton just because there's no chemistry. But not like Burks played well either, so I don't know. But I swear, Shake used to be solid, and then he went to Minnesota, and like he's kind of tailed off. Because Shake's a buck and he's a decent defender, but I don't know if he's had injuries or what's been his deal and why it was like so cheap for us to get him. Maybe he's just not as good anymore. But yeah, I agree. We need to give Hartenstein a break. Just Shaw Sharp 48 minutes again. Like, he has to be tired next game, right? Like, but how many times has he played 48 minutes, like, so far through the first and second round? Like, 4 times? 5 times? Tibbs don't give a fuck. He's just like, I want to win. I don't care if, like, there's blood on the court afterwards. Oh my gosh, just funny ass series. It's so fucking hot in my room, by the way. I'm about to open my fucking window. And by the way, thank God, I finished my so I had a presentation. I was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to see the game. I had a presentation, by the way, it was on Draymond Green. I kinda had to be a lawyer and defend defend Draymond Green. Just I'm not getting into that. But thank God by the time my presentation was over, the Knicks game was, like, starting right on time, and I was like, "Let's go early, let's go early." But yeah, I got my public relations class done. Yeah, like, he was making Siakam work because let's not forget, OG and Precious, well, obviously OG didn't play in the fourth or at least the full fourth, but OG and Precious, they were teammates with Siakam, so they do know his tendencies. And he hasn't shot well these playoffs or this series. Not OG, Siakam so far, and we're making him work when it comes to mid-range jumpers. And he had a couple tough shots, but outside of some stupid fouls, I thought Achua played well. Again, dude played 4 minutes last game. If you're expecting him to be just perfect, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Yo, what's going on, Legend Z? I appreciate you tuning in. He says, what's good, bro? Good win. We just got to pray OG's healthy. I know that's the concern with OG. You know this watching basketball. If he misses one game, okay. But we need him back for game 4. We do. But just quick thoughts. I'm going to stay with the Knicks. What are your thoughts on Victor Wembanyama not winning Defensive Player of the Year? So I know some people had him over Gobert. W, let's go. Let's go. But we're up 2-0 right now. Going to the road. Obviously, you have to win games on the road. But actually, it was funny though because the Cavs Magic series didn't like no one win a game on the road in that series. Like all the wins came at home, but the good teams win through adversity and on the road. Dude, let's see. I'm right there with you. So I'm done in the 11th, but yeah, I'm gonna be done my freshman year as well. Appreciate you tuning in. Oh, my last live stream, good thing it didn't get flagged. I don't know why when it came to the Philly series, I forgot what game it was, but they flagged one of my streams for copyright, which I didn't understand. We were just watching interviews. The last one, no. But I'll pull up Twitter if you guys want to react to the press conferences. Drew shared a post with me. But hopefully it ages well if Wally Zerbiak saying Halliburton's going to want to be All-Star. I'm just kidding. I thought he played very well offensively. His struggles come defensively, in my opinion, because we know he's a great passer. Honestly, I'm not too mad about it. I mean, Wemby's a rookie, and the Wolves easily got the best defense. However, I'm expecting Wemby. Yeah, he definitely has the ability if he stays healthy. Because it's hard to win an award unless it's Rookie of the Year. They don't really care about your record when it comes to your team. But when it comes to an award like Defensive Player of the Year, I feel like you have to have more team success. And I'm not saying that's on him. Obviously, he was surrounded by some pieces that didn't really make the right plays all the time. Yo, the true Pharaoh, appreciate you tuning in. He says, yo, bro, how you doing, man? I'm great right now. I just hope we're healthy. I hope OG and Brunson are ready to go next game, or OG's injury isn't too bad. But I'm in a great mood. I'm so proud of this team. Again, we'll see how this series plays out. But no matter what, I'm proud of this team. No matter what, the amount of adversity we've gone through. And I think we're one of the biggest underdogs as a second seed in history because of no Randall, because of our injuries. And I understand we're passionate fans, but and I love that. But I don't understand these media outlets being mad that we love our team. I hate it. We've been bad for so long. We deserve to act fucking nuts, man. Obviously, I know we made it to the playoffs last year and the year before that, but as a younger Knicks fan, this is only the third time in my life I've seen the Knicks go to the playoffs. We're allowed to be passionate. Some people go too far, but come on, let us be passionate. OG for Defensive Player of the Year. The only thing that's hamstringing him from that, no fucking pun intended. That was fucking ironic because he hurt his hamstring. OG, I thought definitely would have been a candidate this season if he didn't get hurt. That's the only thing holding him back, the injury. It's because we're big markets, Graham. They try, it's clicks, it's all that. And every fan base, I'm not gonna say every fan base is the same when it comes to passion, but I hate us being labeled as one thing just because there's some stupid Knicks fans and there's some stupid Knicks fans doesn't mean they're all dumb. Doesn't mean they all do stupid shit. That's for every fan base. There's knowledgeable fans in every fan base, and there's stupid fans in all fan bases. If that makes sense. But we're the Knicks. We're New York. So of course we're gonna get attacked. If we go to the Eastern Conference Finals, yeah. If we go to the Eastern Conference Finals, he surpassed Melo. Melo's never brought us to the Eastern Conference Finals. Do I really love the team we surrounded Melo with? No, and I think it's different eras, and Melo did play some crazy competition. He had to play Miami before, in the playoffs. That's fucking tough. But all respect to Melo, but Eastern Conference Finals, Brunson's the best Knick I've ever seen. If he brings us to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, there's some fans that know the game. There's some fans that don't. If you've been on Twitter, there's some very knowledgeable Knicks fans. There's some dumb Knicks fans. Again, that's for every fan base. But our passion, I don't like Philly. I don't like Boston. But when it comes to Philly, Boston, New York, these big markets, they fucking love their sports. Ooh, this is a great question. By the way, you can ask me any questions. I don't mind. I don't have class tomorrow, so that's a W. Where do you got Melo in the all-time Knick rankings? All right, so for someone that didn't see the 90s Knicks, I'll still rank that. Where do I rank Melo? Number one, I'll probably put Walt Frazier. Number two, probably Patrick Ewing. Got to put Willis Reed there. And then I'll probably put Melo and then Brunson. Because those guys, Ewing went to the finals. Those guys won championships. Walt Frazier, Willis Reed. If Brunson brings us... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's fucking tough. Even if we got past the Pacers out one year, 2012-13, we would have had to take on the Heat. And that's when Paul George was really fucking born. He was amazing. I remember that. No, he was hurt a lot. Allen Houston was hurt a lot. That was his issue. He was a great player when healthy, but no, I wouldn't put him. I wouldn't put him in that tier with like Ewing, Walt Frazier, and all that. But this is coming from a fan that was born in 2004, though. So I didn't even see the 1999 run when we went to the finals and we lost to your Spurs. Like that was a really fun season, but all Knicks fans knew we had fucking no answer for Tim Duncan. I love Spearwell's highlights. Obviously, he's known when he was in Golden State for choking the coach, but I don't know if you saw on the Paul George podcast them talk more detail into that. Or about that. Spearwell was a great Knick. See, this is why we're special fans, man. Of course, though. You guys will if the Knicks win it all, you will see me at a fucking parade. You will see me in New York at a parade. If the Knicks win it all, no joking, I'll be at a parade. We'll see what happens. Minnesota looks fucking damn good. Minnesota looks fucking unbelievable. The Knicks beat the Pacers and their Eastern Conference Finals drought before the Sixers. That's probably the frustrating thing if you're a Sixers fan. If you got past the Knicks, do you think the Sixers would have beat the Pacers? But I will say this. For Embiid not being fully healthy and him hobbling, Pacers play fast. I don't know if that would be a good matchup. We know Maxey likes to play fast, but when you have Tobias Harris, you never fucking know, man. Tobias Harris, well, you do know he sucks. Like he hurts that team. I couldn't stand Paul George in that series. Bro made my ass cry in that game 6. I was so young. I don't even remember. I just remember Roy Hibbert. That's all. I was 9 years old during that time. Good times, man. As long as we build good around Wemby, we'll be back. Need a Knicks Spurs finals. Man, I'm so glad Wembanyama's in the West. I'm so glad Anthony Edwards is in the West. Thank fucking God. But that'd be something. Do you want Trae Young or no? I wouldn't be. They look, dude. If you're a Suns fan, I still don't think the Suns are that good. Their defense is trash, and we saw that in the regular season. And Beal, Durant, and Booker didn't play a lot of games together, so there was no consistent chemistry. But Nuggets are down 2-0. Suns got swept. For Suns fan, it's just shit. We played a fucking amazing team that might go to the finals and win it. Dude, if we saw Tobias Harris, I'll be pissed. We do need bench scoring, but no. I know he's from New York, but fuck no. Oh yeah, he did sign with CAA. Some Knicks fans were making jokes about getting him because obviously Leon Rose, president of basketball operations, is CAA, and his son obviously is a agent for CAA, but obviously that's not happening. Just Twitter. Also, with what Knicks have now, Donovan Mitchell doesn't make sense anymore, especially after they got Jalen Brunson. I love when we move the ball, man. I feel ball movement goes away if we get a Donovan Mitchell player. And again, I'll say it again. I do not like having 2 6'2" guards. I do not like having 2 6'2" guards. That's why I don't want Mitchell. And the defense be trash. I'm not down with that. Tibbs probably wouldn't even want that. Oh, gee. This man is Stephen Chester right here. Or Steven. You want to know something about this dude? This man, I had another YouTube channel years ago. This dude has been following me on YouTube since I was in 5th, 6th grade, y'all. He's been following me on YouTube since I was in 6th grade. I'm a freshman in college now when I had an older channel. What is going on, man? Hope all is well. Booker or Bridges to the Knicks? What do we have to give up for him? For Booker? Do I think Booker's soft as shit? Yes. Do I think he can handle Tibbs minutes? I don't know. Booker's an unbelievable player. I want Mikal Bridges. I want Mikal Bridges on this team. I do. Don't forget, we do have 2 first rounders this year. I don't know how much they'll be valued because they're in the 20s. but maybe we could use those picks in a trade. It's crazy that we still have a pick from the Porzingis trade, and that happened fucking years ago. That's the one player that really frustrated me that you don't chant after Trae Young at. Some players, it gets to them. Trae Young, it doesn't. Like, he embraced being the villain, and I respect that. Because, let's be real, we only hated Trae Young because he was killing us. Let's be fucking real. Did he ever try to hurt someone? No. Like, he was talking shit, but that's normal. We only hated him because he killed us, because he embraced being a villain. That series, obviously, they haven't been close to the Eastern Conference Finals since then. They haven't gone out of the first round since then. But from a competitive standpoint, I respect for him. He says, "Yes, sir, chillin'. Saw you went live. Appreciate tuning in. Decided to pop in for a second. Waiting for this flight. About to leave, so gotta hop off. But good to see you. Nice to see you too, man. I hope all is well. Hope you have a safe flight." Booker wouldn't handle Tibbs minutes. He said an All-Star weekend that one thing he'll change from the NBA was back. I forgot about that. That's some soft shit. Eliminate back-to-backs. As a fan, we love it, but yeah, maybe the players are exhausted. Um, but I'm very like we've seen it in the first round. We already saw Josh Hart play 48 minutes like a few times. But how is it gonna look on the road? We'll see. We'll see. It just I feel any team has a chance against this Pacers team. Like I'm just talking in general because yes, they score a lot of points, but their defense is bad. Like they're not a good defensive team. Like Obi is a great scorer, but not good lateral quickness on defense. Even though I thought maybe he played some decent defense, you can make a case like he was their most efficient player out there on the floor. Him, McConnell, and Halliburton. I do not want KD here. He's not even gonna want to come here. He said the Knicks. KD said the Knicks weren't cool to go to, which I understand. We had Fizdale at the time. Our best player was Kevin Knox. During the time, Marcus Morris. He said the Knicks weren't a cool brand. But that tells you all you need to know that he's scared of adversity. He's scared of taking on the challenge. No one thought. Legend Z, I think we were even talking about it on Twitter before. I was talking about it with other people. No one knew Jalen Brunson was going to be a superstar but him. But him and his dad. We knew he was going to be a very solid player. I thought he was going to be a very nice number 2 option. And I was saying I only want him if we get Donovan Mitchell. I think he's better than Donovan Mitchell. Some people may say that's crazy and I'm biased, but I think he's better than Donovan Mitchell. He sent Donovan Mitchell home, 2 times? I think KD's soft. Yo, I don't want to go to the Knicks because it's not cool. Didn't he lose in the first round like 2 years in a row? Meanwhile, Ant said that one thing he'll change is the resting policies. Ant New York, one day. Are you saying like he loves playing minutes? Like he doesn't like resting? Oh yeah, he's probably saying like he doesn't like players sitting out. If I wasn't a Knicks fan, I would just be an Anthony Edwards fan. That dude's old school. My bad. Old school dog, not afraid. People talk about foul baiting. That's not a foul baiter. Dude's 22 years old, not scared of shit. You know why he's not scared of shit? You know what I found out, by the way? Maybe you guys don't care. A summer camp I used to go to that was located at this high school in Atlanta, Georgia. Anthony Edwards went to the high school, and my dad used to work there. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, but he's born in Atlanta like me. So shout out to Atlanta. Except the Hawks. Fuck them. But we still got to take care of business. But I know this Knicks team is so aware. This Knicks team doesn't get cocky. We're aware. Like Josh Hart, he talks some shit. I saw him go over to Reggie Miller. But this Knicks team is so aware. This is the most aware Knicks team I've seen, that they know the job's not finished. They know they have to play even better. Like they're never satisfied. That's what I love about this team. But this Knicks team continues to show to all these teams in the league, super teams overrated. Like overrated. Chemistry matters so fucking much. You got to be able to trust your guys out there. But no, I don't want KD. Legend Z. Well, I don't know if you knew this, Legend Z. You know when he had the 8 points in 9 seconds? They lost that series in 7. And no disrespect to Maxey, I have a lot of respect for Maxey, but that game's probably gonna be forgotten because they lost the series. Dude, we were so dominant down the stretch, and every game has been down the stretch, and we've been so consistently consistent executing down the stretch. These playoffs, that Maxey game just was unbelievable. Again, respect to him, he was nothing but a professional. But Reggie, fuck Reggie. Fuck Reggie Miller. But they lost that series at 8 points, 9 seconds. Like, I understand it was amazing, but the final outcome. I don't even know what's on my screen right now. It's because we're the Knicks, Legends. If it was against, let's see. Let's say he did that against the Pistons, wouldn't be talked about. Wouldn't be talked about as much. Wouldn't be. It's because it's New York. It's because, you know why? Spike Lee. Because Spike Lee as well, man. Exactly, Legends. He has fun out there. What? Tonight wasn't even. Maybe I'm biased. No way he said that. No fuck. Didn't he get pissed off on the play? I know we got ejected afterwards. They called a fucking double dribble on Harnstein when he didn't even double dribble. Maybe the thing he was pissed off about is that we didn't have to challenge it. But we would have won it anyway. But what the I thought we again, I'm probably biased here, but I thought there was a lot of drives that I thought they got more calls than I think we got a couple more than them, but what a fucking baby, man. Tell your team to make fucking free throws down the stretch. Tell Miles Turner to stop chucking up stupid ass shots. You know what that means, Knicks fans? Knicks are gonna have to overcome. We're gonna have to overcome whistles on their side in this game. I understand there's always gonna be some type of advantage at home, but I didn't think there was that necessarily anything bad in this game, officiating wise, like that favored us. Even like they reviewed the moving screen, still called a moving screen in the 2 minute report, whatever it's called, the NBA. They said it was still a moving screen. The kickball, yeah, you can make an argument there, but Halliburton, 2 huge turnovers in that game. Siakam, where was he down the stretch? Like their bench outscored our bench again. Obi had 20 points. Halliburton had 34. He scored well. They still lost. They still lost. That's just excuses. And that might be a good thing that we're in their head mentally already. They're doubting themselves. That's a straight up excuse. If you want to do it last game, yeah, go ahead and do it. But this fucking game, just excuses by Rick Carlisle. Is it the official's fault that you don't play McConnell in the fourth quarter? When he's been killing us all game, we have no answer for him. Like that's on Rick Carlisle. Dude was so efficient, McConnell. We had no answer for him again. He was diming guys up. Oh, you're talking about your videos. I thought I just spoke that whole time and you didn't hear me. Legendsy says, I didn't get any audio. Honestly, you're talking about your videos. Not much talking tonight. I need the Knicks to talk some smack. Hopefully, if they beat the Indiana, I can get some content. There's gonna be content versus Boston, no doubt about it. Man, Porzingis when he's healthy that series. Oh, the Knicks playing Porzingis. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be something, y'all. That's gonna be something. Um, yeah. Hopefully, we beat Indiana. 2 more wins, guys. Come on, 2 more. 2 more. But he says, I need the Knicks to talk some smack. This hasn't really been a beef series. Like, this hasn't been like the Philly series. You know? I don't like Philly, but I feel like they have more dogs on that team than the Pacers. Knock on wood. I'm not going to say it's Wolves Thunder after one game, but the Thunder definitely look damn good. But I'm just worried about our health right now. We don't know, like, maybe Brunson's questionable next game because he kind of he probably forced himself to come back a little bit, but he was still scoring hurt. Dude has unbelievable heart. But it's our health. Like OG needs to be okay. He needs to be okay, guys. Like He's been so fucking underrated offensively that casual fans weren't looking at. Like the first few games versus Philly, what he had like 10 points, but then after that he's been scoring. I think he's 28 tonight, especially against a Pacers team that can't really stop anyone. But our defense needs to be better. They still shot 51% from the field. One star for Indiana would be to make their free throws, not foul Brunson almost every possession. Yup, and not just that. Play McConnell in the fourth quarter because he's been brilliant for them. Um, yeah, free throw has been a key thing. Don't have Miles Turner give you 6 points and like 7 rebounds. Dude is awful tonight. That's what I'm saying. It's a blessing and a curse living on the perimeter. Obviously, you score more points and they have a chance of blowing out teams more living on the perimeter. But sometimes, like, it hurts. You have to start attacking at some point. And again, I don't know if it's the back or the hamstring. Halliburton's been living on the perimeter more, even though he still scored. So this is what Rick Carlisle said. We're going to submit these calls tonight. New York, get ready. You're going to see them. Carlisle says we're going to submit these calls tonight. New York, get ready. Who said that part? Who said we're going to submit these calls to New York, get ready? Who said that? Is that what Reggie Miller said? Because you said Carlisle says we deserve a shot. There's not a consistent balance. That's fucking excuses, man. Dude, we deserved to win this series. That's fucking excuses. Like, how's he? He didn't say that about last game, but he says it about this game. He's just salty as fuck that he got ejected and he got outcoached. No accountability from him. He said New York, get ready. I hope that age is so fucking bad. I'm expecting them to be better on the road and Siakam be better. Or them at home. I mean, us on the road. Um, that's just fucking. That's some clown shit. I'm not a Mavericks fan, but I do wonder the reason why the Mavericks did fire him. Were they good defensively when he was there? I need Boston versus New York. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I'm going to be going into every one of those games thinking we could beat Boston because this team has so much heart. Boston might have obviously too much for us, but I don't mean to like be a guy that settles. But if we go to the Eastern Conference Finals, that would just be so much fun, man. Like that would just be so much fun. 2 more games, y'all. Come on. I need us to play like we're the team down 0-2. I need us to play like we're the team down 0-2. Exactly. Just Reggie Miller talking out of his mind. Well, you thought he should have got attacked. Hey, wasn't Anthony Edwards? He screamed in someone's face and he didn't, or he did get attacked. Or did he? No, he didn't scream. He stared someone down and got. That was terrible. Was that game 1 or game 2? Anthony Edwards, I think it was game 1. He stared someone down and got a tech. That was soft as shit, man. Well, he was very good game 1, and we made good adjustments on him. We made good adjustment. Credit to Tibbs. Said everything in that quote. Damn, I never thought Nick Nurse would get trumped on the level of saltiness from a head coach. Yeah, he said, "Get ready, New York." That's the most corny shit. Just give us more fuel, please. Give us more fuel. Like anyone that doesn't really closely watch this next team, we have a bunch of fucking underdogs on this team. Jalen Brunson, you know where he was picked? 33rd overall. 33rd pick. What was Don DiVincenzo? 18? He's a little outside the lottery. I forgot. Josh Hart was the 30th pick. Um, Harnstein. I don't know if you've heard the story. Well, he was drafted in the second round, and the Nets made up. The Nets flagged his what was it, his medical. They said he had some injury, so that's why he slipped in the draft. Hartenstein, and he was a second rounder. I don't know if you've heard the story, but he got drafted when he took a piss. That's pretty funny. OG Anunoby later pick. McBride later pick. Precious Achiuwa later pick. Like we have a bunch of underdogs on this team. The last thing you want to do is give them fuel. That's the last thing you want. Legacy, I would fucking take that. A 7-game series. It's what the Celtics. Let's get out of this one first, though. Far from over. Far from over. We look like we have a great culture right now. I'm not sure. I don't mean to talk free agency, but I do hope we pick up some bench pieces in free agency. People say Tibbs doesn't utilize the bench. Well, our bench is just fucking killed, and Quickly was getting minutes even when he was struggling in the playoffs for us. Even Obi got some time when he was with us. Can Obi have one off game though? But we're not doing him at like we're not being smart though. We're not playing well defensively versus him. Isn't he like inconsistent at space on the floor? I want someone off the bench. I want a shooter off the bench. But I know he is a Tibbs player though. But he probably wants to stay with his brother. But that's a Tibbs player, grabbing those rebounds, the dirty work, talk shit. Like Mo Wagner, he's a Tibbs type player. He really is. I don't like when we play him, but I have respect for him. Hopefully we're saying that. That's a shame. I thought the Pacers head coach was a fair guy, but now I'm really I know. Rick Carlisle looks like Jim Carrey without any hair, man. I love Jim Carrey. Not like Rick Carlisle. This is what happens when you lose. How can you overcome adversity mentally? Are you gonna let it get to you, or are you gonna be like, I just don't understand how you can look at that game and be like, it's the officials, or the officials have to be better. I know Halliburton had some buckets in the fourth quarter, but most of his points came in the first half. Siakam had 14 points. You shoot 50% from the free throw line. Yes, you out rebound us when it comes to offensive rebounds, but you didn't grab the ones that mattered. You had no answer for Brunson when he was hurt. You had no answer for Josh Hart. Your defense was trash. Achua played 4 minutes last game, came off the bench, had 8 points. Couldn't defend DiVincenzo. When you allow DiVincenzo to have 20, and I love DiVincenzo, but I'm just talking about the starters in general. Like when starters are thriving like that, you clearly didn't do something right defensively. When DiVincenzo was 25, Brunson has 28, Josh Hart had like almost 20 or whatever it was. Let me see. He had 19 points. OG is 28 points. You're not doing something right. I love OG, but he's not a natural scorer. Your defense is trash, man. You get out rebounded. I talked about him earlier. I think he's in a good situation, a team that likes to play fast, and he's playing very well. Obviously, for this series, fuck Obi, but individually, I'm happy for him. Seems like a good dude. But right now, yeah, fuck him. Wiz is in the chat. What's going on? Thank you for your service. Wiz says, salute, young warrior. How you feeling, Wiz? Let me hear it. I've been live for an hour, 2 minutes. You could ask me any question about this game. I pretty much talked about most of it, but just unbelievable heart. So if we got Mikal, because I'm not gonna lie, Mikal was kind of disappointing this past season for Brooklyn. And I do like when players, like, no matter the situation, they play hard no matter what, even if they're unhappy. I'm not sure if he's unhappy, but he didn't play that well. I thought this past season, like, remember he was being talked about as a top option. Do I ever think he's a top option? No. But for this team, I think Mikal Bridges is perfect for this team. And you could slide again. We could talk about this more in the offseason, but if you could slide Dante to the bench and that adds depth. But let's not talk about that. But freaking Brunson, Mikal, OG. We'll see if Randall's still here. But even if it's Josh Hart, Harnstein, and then you have DiVincenzo off the bench with McBride, like, yeah, he doesn't miss games. That's right. Mikal Bridges doesn't miss games. Hasn't he like never missed a game in his career? The only time was when he got traded and he had like no choice or something. But hey, let's react to the press conferences or the interviews from this game, and then we'll head out. Mikal just doesn't want to be in Brooklyn. Everything's a mess over there. They don't have any direction. Ben Simmons taking. Yeah, Ben Simmons still being there is crazy. Wait, Wiz, you scared me. I thought you said OG is out for the series. I hope he isn't, man. If the sad thing is though, obviously I hope he's not. I wouldn't be surprised though. He's so injured, but that's the fucking one thing, man. He's so good when he's healthy, but he gets hurt like fucking crazy, man. I just hope if you're gonna miss a game, just miss one, please. I'm praying for OG, please. But he says if OG's out for the rest of the series, what is your starting lineup and bench? Oh gosh, man. So taking a look at that, just Precious, McBride, and Burks came off the bench. And Burks played 1 minute. So obviously Brunson starting. DiVincenzo at the 2. Would you slide Josh Hart over to the 3, I guess? And then you would have Precious and Hartenstein. When isn't that what you would have to do? And then Bron and Burks. Is that what you would have to do, right? You kind of have no choice. But hopefully that's not the case though. Hopefully that's not the case. Because you're relying on Brunson and DiVincenzo to make a lot of fucking perimeter shots if OG's out. Because Precious can't shoot. So, like a potential thing. Hartenstein doesn't shoot threes. Hart's been shooting it well. But you need like 2 or 3 threes a game from him if OG's hurt. But I just don't want to think OG's going to be missing a lot of time. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about them. All right. Go on Twitter. Let me stop sharing my screen. You never know what's going to pop up on Twitter. There's just a Knicks fan eating something. Knicks videos. All right, there we go. I'll share my screen. I'll be real. I know we could use him for rest. Like, if I'm playing him, yeah, I wouldn't mind playing him for 5 minutes because he has a lob threat. I just think he has Tibbs has no trust in Sims. I'll be real. I'm not a Sims guy. I think he's trash. I want you to hear Rick Brunson? Jalen's dad? All right, here we go. Josh Hart on what changes with OG Anunoby's injury?
Might not be possible for you to play more minutes than you already played. Might not be possible for you to play more minutes than you already played. But OG is hurt and can't go. What changes for you?
I'm playing 48 anyway, dog. Change. I don't know. Maybe match up or maybe be a little more aggressive on the offensive end. But obviously we hope he's good. But Precious gave us big minutes, this season. Last series, today. So, we're comfortable with P out there.
Yeah, I'm guessing Precious would start if OG's hurt. I don't like that these are the questions. Like, that doesn't make me feel good. But Josh Hart with a funny answer, of course. Quite the personality. He's gonna play 48 minutes. Dog ain't shit changed. Yeah, he's played like 40. Like in the regular season, he's played 48 minutes like a few times in the playoffs. He has to get tired at some point, but for some reason, he's just not getting tired. Dude's he has 17 rebounds. He leads the NBA as a guard in most rebounds. It's like second in this entire playoffs in rebounds. Let's see. Josh Hart was quoting scripture when talking about playing 48 minutes tonight in game 2. Yeah, he was praying.
In an age where like there's always guys taking time off and whatnot, like you're obviously not doing that. Like, how are you getting through like each game, just mentally pacing yourself throughout the entire 48 minutes?
Obviously, rest, recovery, and then my Lord works in mysterious ways. So that's all I gotta say. I mean, today I felt like I didn't have it at all. But just the whole game, I was just reciting Isaiah 41, 30, 29. And it's just one that the weak, he renews strength. And that was the biggest thing. He allows you to fall, walk and not faint. So, I felt like I didn't have it today, but that's, they say he works in mysterious.
Feels like he didn't have it today. Bro almost gave us like a triple-double. Bro's playing so many minutes though, it started making him religious. I'm not sure if he was religious before. Josh Hart was asked if he expects to play all 48 minutes these days.
Are you almost like resigned to the fact that once the game starts, you're not coming out till the final buzzer at this point, especially given injuries and whatnot?
No, I mean, Tib always asks me. He always asks me if I need one. He always said I always tell him no. I mean, as a competitor, you want to play. You want to play every second. So that's something that I want to do. Yeah.
Tibbs always asks me if I need a break, and I always tell him no. So it's hard, man. Yeah, I'll watch it. Let me see what these guys got to say first. See, this is the mentality you want from your team. Josh Hart going to Indiana with a 2-0 series lead. We're on to the next one. Obviously, would rather be up 2-0 than down 2-0, but 2 games doesn't win a series.
Josh, what's the feeling going to Indiana up 2-0?
Um, we're on to the next one. I mean, obviously we'd rather be up 2-0 than down 2-0, but 2 games is a winning series. So we know we're going into a tough environment against a tough team. So just got to be ready for that. And
Dude, I fucking love this team. I'll say it again. Of course, I'm expecting the Eastern Conference Finals because I believe this team has so much fucking grit. The series isn't over, but for us to go through this much shit, and we're 2 games away from the Eastern Conference Finals, we're 2 wins away. This is the most fun I've had as a Knicks fan, even more than last season. Man, and remember, guys, remember when people were upset we traded Cam Reddish for Josh Hart? Remember that? People were upset we traded Cam Reddish for Josh Hart. And a first rounder that was ended up in the 30s or 20s. Remember that? Yes, Legend Z. Because I forgot how old Chandler was during that time, but Hartenstein's 25. Maybe Melo and Brunson are the same age. Brunson's 27. But I feel like there's more than 1 year with this team. That Knicks team, we knew there was only 1 or 2 good years. We were old. We had old ass Kenny and Martin. We had Kurt Thomas that didn't play. Yeah, I think he got hurt, Reddish. But if you're talking about his overall career, hasn't lived up to expectations. He had some solid moments as being a good defender in a role. What's going on next will be 2024 NBA champs. I love that name. It used to be 2026 champs, but now he switched it up. Well, in the regular season, he was reluctant to shoot threes. He was really struggling from 3. But anyone that hasn't been following, so he shot 31% from 3 in the regular season, shooting 40% from 3 in the playoffs. Some guys are just risers in the playoffs because there's one thing you can't take away from Josh Hart: how fucking competitive he is. He is so fucking competitive. He flies all around the court. Dude played 48 minutes and just gives us everything he got. Doesn't even take a play off. Scam Reddish, Drew. Respect to Cam Reddish, but he did not work out here. Tyrese Halliburton was asked if the referees are being fair. Was this after the Rick Carlisle one? That's not my job at the end of the day. We got outplayed. We were right there to win the game. Would I like more consistency? Yeah. But let's not pretend that's only. I have respect for these Tyreses. Maxi class act. Tyrese Halliburton class act. There we go. More mature than your fucking coach, bro. You had to do more. You didn't do enough in the second half. Siakam didn't do enough. You bricked your free throws. You got out rebounded when it came to offensive rebounds down the stretch. I know overall they had more than us. You couldn't have stopped Brunson.
Coach said that small market teams deserve a shot. Do you guys think the referees are being fair with you guys?
I mean, that's not my job. I don't really. I mean, at the end of the day, we got outplayed. We were right there to win the game. Would I like consistency? More consistency, yeah, but let's not pretend like that's the only reason we lost. We just didn't play good enough. But at the end of the day, it's 2-0. We're going back to Indy, and I like us in any matchup. So I'm not worried. But yeah, we like consistency. Just I don't think he double dribbled, but if you can overturn that call, why can't you overturn the kick ball? I don't really understand that. But like I said, they outplayed us. So let's not pretend like the refs are the reason we lost. We just got to be better.
I don't have a problem with what he said. I do not have a problem with what Tyrese said at all. There's no villains right now on this Pacers team, yo. There's not. I think Tyrese obviously wants to kill us because the Wally Zerbiak shit. But let's see what the Knicks fans say. Didn't complain like cry aisle, someone said. Respect for not crying like your coach. Yeah, I'll retweet that. Respect. I feel like he's a good dude. He just plays with a lot of confidence, and of course, we don't like that. But if you want to be a good player, you need to have confidence. You can't overthink. Well, Nick Nurse is more salty than Maxey. Well, Embiid was obviously salty as well. Yeah, he didn't step up game 1 either. He only what do you have? Only 19. And like we didn't have OG in the fourth quarter too. Let's keep that in mind. And guys, you notice something? Tell me what you noticed between Isaiah Hartenstein and Precious Achua a moment in this game after Precious had that huge dunk. I was getting flashbacks of when we beat the Pacers in the regular season. It was right after Brunson was named an All-Star. He had 40 points. Unbelievable. Got hit in the face, had the huge and one. But I remember Precious having a huge putback or it was Hartenstein. And they bumped their chest. And we saw that tonight against the same team. Yeah, they're a talented team. They're not playing the villain. They just want to win. But let's see what happened here. Jalen Brunson was asked about the Knicks legends in attendance for the playoff games. Yeah, I wonder if John Stark's going to travel to Indiana. I know he traveled to Philly, but obviously it's farther away. But let's see.
Aware of all the kind of the history that's sitting around you with Reggie courtside and obviously a lot of Knicks alums courtside with our King, Spree, all these guys. Are you guys feeling that at all? Do you feel a little bit of a connection to kind of the history?
Having now that obviously the Knicks legends around it's special, and it's really cool to see they come out and show support, and it's not just one game. You know, they've been to a lot of games, and they're not just sitting there drinking and having some popcorn. They're up yelling, screaming it into the game. So it's really cool to see those guys there, and we definitely appreciate it.
Give respect to John Starks. Respect to Larry Johnson's been at some games. Stephon Marbury's been at some games. I know Ewing was at a game. Like once a Nick, always a Nick. Once a Nick, always a Nick. I did see Ice Spice was at the game. You think? Actually, we're gonna say that's the only reason Halliburton had 32. We're expecting him to have an off game. He only played decently well or scored a lot because Ice Spice was there. All right, Knicks in 4. I'm joking. I'm joking. We have a lot of work to do. I forgot. I did see that afterwards. And I hate that these, like after the first round, like your local broadcast doesn't do any more rounds after that. So not having Walt Frazier and Mike Breen sucks. They tried to set us up with having Reggie Miller. I don't know if you knew this, Legacy. Before this game, they weren't planning on Reggie Miller doing this game. Oh, last second, let's throw him in there. Shout out to Dante as well. Jalen Brunson on the cheers and MVP chance he got coming out to warm up after halftime.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, this place has been nothing but special for me. So I appreciate everything they do. It was really cool to hear, but I just knew I had to get my mind in the right place to figure out how I was going to attack the second half.
Just boring answer. Brunson being classy as usual. Dante DiVincenzo was asked if he went to the locker room to check on Brunson after his injury. Had to go to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I had to go to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie. I had to go to the bathroom.
He always looks like that. Yeah, I brought that up earlier. The Wally Zerbiak thing. Well, good thing he's not calling any more games, Wally, for the motivation, because obviously the locals, Mike Breen and Walt Frazier ain't doing anymore. At least them together. We know Mike Breen's probably going to call next game. He just does ESPN, I think. Dante DiVincenzo and Jalen Brunson's return in the second half. He's a warrior. That's all I got. There's no doubt in my mind that he'd be back. Jalen Brunson, I'm playing through his foot injury. I'm all good, and that's it. All right, well, he's good. Oh, that's classic. Willis. Josh Hart says to Jalen Brunson in Knicks locker room after Brunson returns from first half foot injury. Oh yeah, because Willis Reed came out when he was hurt. Willis Reed came out, and what was that, game 7? He only had 4 points, but I remember that was a big deal when they won the championship against the Lakers. No, 1 hour ago, no update on OG Anunoby from Tom Thibodeau. Thibodeau said he hasn't talked to the New York Knicks medical staff yet. Anunoby's rolled out in the second half of game 2 due to sore hamstring. He had 28 points in 28 minutes. We just got to pray. But
That's what it looked like.
the crazy thing is, though, with these injuries, like we're the 2 seed, and I know we're up, but with these injuries, I feel like there's still a lot of pressure on the Pacers because we're still kind of the underdog with these injuries, even being a higher seed. I got you, Drew. Where are you from, Drew? I have seen that channel. But apparently he's a Pistons fan, Legacy. Someone told me he's a Pistons fan, so the 04 Pistons obviously great defense. Have you seen that awful coaching channel? He's funny as fuck. The Darvin Ham ones are funny. He's always showing love at Tibbs and the Knicks players. You can't. This series so far, we got to be better defensively. In the fourth quarter, we've been better. No, he's done, Legend Z. He got surgery on his shoulder. He's done. He ain't coming back. Because remember, he tried coming back, and at first it said that he didn't tear his labrum, and when he was trying to come back, he made it worse and ended up having to get surgery. Because like we were waiting, like, oh, only a couple more weeks, and he comes back, and then when I got that news, I was like, fuck, man. So hopefully he's doing well. He was on the bench though, with the Yankees hat and the Tupac shirt. I like that. Have you seen that awful cozy channel? Oh yeah, he's funny. Would you get a point guard in the offseason if he's a bit? I don't want Paul George. I don't want Paul George. I don't even think we have the cap space. I don't even think we have. Oh wait, you're saying to sign a trade for Randall. I don't even want to talk about that right now. We'll talk about that in the offseason. Randall will be back around Christmas. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know his shoulder injury sucks though. Right now, I'm focused on this team. We can talk about that in the offseason. Legend Z. I have so many mixed feelings with PG. I feel like he's kind of disappointing. I feel like he should be way better in the playoffs. Like he's good in the playoffs, but he should be dominant in the playoffs. Let me see what he averaged this year. I know he's probably tired of Kawhi being hurt. Like I don't get the reports of him maybe going to Philly. Like if he leaves because he's tired of Kawhi being hurt, and Bede's never fully healthy. Do you think Jimmy Butler's going to the Sixers, Legend Z? I saw that he wants to stay in Miami and win that championship like Wade did or LeBron. Yeah, that was before injury. That Paul George is still insane. Like I thought, you could say his best year was actually with the Thunder. Yeah, I thought that Paul George is ridiculous. I still think he's a great player. Yeah, I think he's staying too. He said he either wanted to stay with the Heat or go to an overseas team. That would be the most Jimmy Butler shit I've ever seen if he goes to a team overseas. I think Sims should get more minutes defending Obi. He is a physical body, Sims, and he can move his feet. Yeah, I remember talking to someone. He said, like, having surgery on her shoulder sucks. But why do we have to have another setback with OG? Like, again, I brought this up earlier. Look, he had this full arsenal versus the Heat. It's the game Randall gets hurt. Shoot around, he gets hurt before the Hornets game. And then fucking this time, hamstring. I don't even know what happened. Did he fall weird? I know he threw it too hard off the backboard. There wasn't even like some contact. He looked like he was in some pain though, but just when this dude's in a rhythm, a fucking setback, dude. Bowler was saying, oh, this team would have been home. This team would have been home. Anthony Edwards is what people thought Jimmy Butler was. Well, I know he still brought the Heat to the finals, but I think Anthony Edwards is going to be better than Jimmy Butler. Well, he is right now. I have a lot of respect for Jimmy though. I remember years ago, I actually wanted him. I didn't want Kemba, but I actually wouldn't have minded him instead of Durant. Obviously, we got Randall and other guys, but I did see that clip. All right, let's read this. See what Rick Carlisle said. Legends, he wanted me to watch the shit. I want to watch it too. Rick Carlisle in the. I do understand the frustration though, but like, if you hate the Knicks, you still can't even blame this on the Knicks. It's the officials' fault. Hardenstein didn't even double dribble. Like, it shouldn't even been called in the first place, man. But I do understand it. Like, are you allowed to just change that, but you're not allowed to change a kickball? Can you overturn a double dribble? But it's not the Knicks' fault. You didn't even fucking double dribble in the first time. The refs need to be better. They fucking suck.
So your referee's explanation when they overturned the call late in the fourth quarter on the whistle.
You know, one guy just said he didn't double dribble, but it looked to me like, you know, Tibbs went out there and argued it, and they changed it. That's what it looked like, you know. So I can only go by what I see, what I saw, and you know, that's small beans compared to everything else, you know. But you know, small market teams deserve an equal shot. They deserve a fair shot, no matter where they're playing.
That's small beans compared to everything else. I couldn't even think of another fucking play that I thought was that, like, even bad. Like, they just had to be better. Anyone that watched that game, the Pacers were not good when it mattered. They simply weren't. No, I don't think that was worse than Nick Nurse. If you need the refs to win and lose, your team just was not good enough. But how is an official that bad? Like, I still don't understand how they call that a double dribble in the first. It was clearly not a double dribble. But Tibbs, I guess, is so intimidating that he ran on the court, and they're like, "No, we're changing it. Don't worry," because Tibbs is scary. Yeah, and is 2 tiers above Jimmy right now. Knicks realist people hate the New York team because refs have called favor their way, clutch at home. But still, this is why you want to blow teams out and not be in close games. But I've talked about the officials before, and I'm not gonna lie, they've been wildly inconsistent. But if this is the game that you blame the refs, you gotta look in the fucking mirror, man. Siakam had 14 points. Their bench completely killed ours again. You get out rebounded. Miles Turner gives you 6 points. You were not good enough. Halliburton even said they were not good enough. They got outplayed. And we didn't even get a heavy whistle in this game. We didn't even get a lot of free throws. We got like a couple more than them. Rick Carlisle opened his press conference addressing the 29 plays the Pacers thought were called incorrectly in Game 1, but didn't submit to the league, and criticizing Josh Hart's shove of Tyrese Halliburton tonight. Maybe I didn't see that, but this is corny as fuck. 20, bro, it's corny as fuck, man. No, because Aiton's soft. Aiton's soft as shit. That's the thing with Aiton. He has no motor. He disappears. This is corny. All right, let's watch this shit.
After Game 1, we always go through the film, and games where it felt like, you know, the whistles weren't balanced, and we pull the clips.
Let's be real. You watch every game in the NBA. When are the officials ever consistently good throughout games? When are they ever consistently good? Any fucking team. We ain't the Lakers getting 20 free throws in a fucking quarter. I understand though, Cowboy X Factor used to be your coach though. But tonight, like if you're gonna do just if they won this game, they wouldn't be talking about it, I guarantee it. Like 29 play. You could say this for any fucking game. Any game. They got outplayed. How about stop Dante from shooting threes? How about play some fucking defense? We didn't play defense. We shot better than you. Because we beat you at your own game.
After game one, we always go through the film, and games where it felt like the whistles weren't balanced, and we pull the clips, and there's a way you can submit them to the MDA office. In the playoffs, when you submit things, the other team sees what you submit, and so there were 29 plays in game one that we thought were clearly called the wrong way. I decided not to submit them because I just
And why the fuck are you talking about it right now? Like,
felt like we get a more balanced whistle tonight. It didn't feel that way. Couple examples: 5:08 of the third.
you said 29 plays. The Knicks could probably pick out fucking 29 plays. Any team could pick out fucking 29 plays and get a whistle. What do you think you're gonna get called every fucking time in the playoffs? Bro, OG was hurt in the fourth quarter. We had no Mitchell Robinson. We had no fucking Bogdanovich. Brunson hurt. These are fucking excuses. Crazy ass excuses. We have no fucking bench. You guys were up 10 points. Up fucking 10.
The whole world knows that Halliburton's got
Up as many as
a
12.
bad back, and Hart comes up and shoves him in the back, and it's all over Twitter right now because a few people have showed it to me. And JB DeRosa is looking right at it. You can see him. He's got vision of the play, and he shoves Tyrade in the corner, and there's no whistle right in the back. And so that was shocking, and there are many others, but I can promise you that we're going to submit these tonight. New York can get ready. They'll see them too.
Oh, they can get ready. Oh, I promise you, we're gonna submit them. Shut your fucking ass up.
I'm always talking to our guys about not making it about the officials, but we deserve a fair shot.
Did he say once we had to play better tonight? Did he say once we had to play better? Did he say it once we have to play better? This dude just yapping about the fucking officials. How about grab more fucking rebounds? How about play McConnell in the fourth quarter, dumbass? Because we had no answer for him. Can't say the officials are the reason we lost, especially this game.
And it's just not. It's just there's not a consistent balance, and that's disappointing. So, give New York credit for the physicality that they're playing with. But their physicality is rewarded and ours is penalized.
No, because you guys play soft as fuck, bro. You're not gonna get calls when Halliburton rarely goes to the basket. When Siakam's just taking turnarounds. When Miles Turner takes a stupid ass three from three in the fourth.
Time after time. And so, it's just, I'm just really disappointed. The two technicals, you gotta make a stand for your guys. You gotta stand up for what's right and what's not right. And that was it. And so, we need to get home. We need to play better.
Oh wow, he finally said it. Soft as fuck, man. I'm losing respect for every fucking head coach. Nick Nurse, lost respect. Rick Carlisle, I lost respect for Jim Carrey, man. I lost respect for bald Jim Carrey. Dude, your next 2 games, you're down. Like, you shouldn't even put yourself in that position. Like, dude, you're up 12. Like, Brunson's not even out there. Like, he's holding his tears so bad. Like, it ain't that serious. You're not getting 29 missed calls. Does he want the game to last 4 hours? Bro, I want to beat this team in fucking 5. Please, God, beat this team in 5. Please. It's not going to be easy. Yo, what's going on, Joey? Appreciate you tuning in. I like your beanie, man. And your profile picture. 2-0. 2-0. They're softer than Charmin. We're more physical than them. We're more battle tested. What did I say? They played a Bucks team that Lillard missed some games in the playoffs. No Giannis at all. And I know Embiid was hobbling. But Maxi's a tough-ass cover. They have some solid depth. Thought Oubre played well. We were more battle-tested entering this series. Yeah, he just said we have to improve that. He didn't say what. That's just some clown shit, bro. Tom Thibodeau was asked about the Knicks play on the court without Brunson. This is a good question because we have to be better when he's not out there.
Jalen does a ton for you guys offensively. When he was out, and you guys were asking more of Dante, Josh, OG before he got hurt, like, what did you think of the way those guys kind of handled that?
Yeah, well, the thing is, obviously we got to do better, and that's the best. We can't feel too good. We know we're going to have to be a lot better when we go to Indianapolis, and so that's tomorrow. We lock in, take a look at the film, make corrections, and get ready for Game 3.
That's my coach. That's my coach. We got to be better. We got to be better. Not satisfied. Not satisfied.
Yeah, and again, the mental toughness piece is so important, and so the ability to get through things, to be at your best when your best is needed, even when you may not be feeling your best, and that's who he is. So a great leader.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tom Thibodeau and Jalen Brunson returned the second half. He's had a lot of toughness. We know that's his makeup, but that's also the makeup of our team. No lies. Yep, that's the picture right here. Fuck Reggie Miller. Fuck him, bro. Dude, we Knicks take this shit even more. Like, we already take every series personal. But man, like, we're the 2 seed. And I understand we have injuries, but Shaq every game. Charles Barkley every game. We got the Pacers. The Knicks can't keep up with their pace. Josh Hart played fucking 2 straight games of 48 minutes. And we won both. What, they had one more fast break point than us? We had more fast break points last game. They're going to be better at home. I hope you're right. If Cowboy X Factor's still in here, what was Rick Carlisle's weakness? Because he was there when they won a championship, right? This series will tell you why Carlisle got the X in Dallas. I hope so. Some guys become washed as coaches. But obviously Tibbs was a fired coach and then he was hired. Same with Rick Carlisle. I know they just extended Jason Kidd, the Mavericks. Knicks up 2-0. We still got a lot of work to do. This job's not finished, as Kobe Bryant says. Rest in peace. I'm proud of this team's mental toughness and physical toughness. Just blaming the officials. They should have played way better down the stretch. They didn't. Let me know down below your thoughts. I love you guys. Appreciate the support. Let's win this series. 2 more wins. Facts, I get washed because of style of play. Rick is an old school coach. Yes, sir. You can say it with Tibbs too, but we'll see. Just not playing McConnell on the 4th is pretty stupid. All right. Peace out, y'all. Have a great one. Let's go Knicks. And I appreciate the super chat by Buzzer Beater.